it's Christy. Happy Sunday to you. I am here. I am back. It's so good to be back and crafting again in my craft room. And it's been a long time since I've seen you guys, and I am so excited to be back. I am going to try to craft at least 3 times this week, and we may even do maybe more than 1. I don't know. We'll see how things go. So how is everybody? When you jump on, say hello. We have to chit chat about my birthday weekend, the storm, other exciting things going on, but we are going to have plenty of time to chit chat because we're going to be making a cute little candy corn tree tonight. Hi, Artina. Welcome. So this is what we're going to be making tonight. It is a little bit different than some of the other ones that you probably have seen. I just kind of wanted to do something a little different. I like to put a spin on my stuff. So hey, Artina, it's good to see you. Happy Sunday. Hi, Mom, and Mom's on. So this is what we're going to be working on tonight. So give me 1 second because I did forget one thing. I'm going to put this here, and I will be right back, you guys. I apologize. I should have been more ready, but that's the one thing I forgot. So hold on, guys. Hey guys, okay. So that was a little embarrassing. I just looked at this and I'm like, wait a second. So I only pulled out one earlier and I made one today already. That's this one. And then, hey Marlene, welcome. This is what we're making tonight. We're making a little candy corn tree tonight. So I hope you guys like it. We might make it a little different. Okay, so what we're going to be using is just some yarn. So I've got different various colors here. I've got some white. This is a different type of orange. We have some yellow. And what I am using is, these are from Dollar Tree. So let me go ahead and move this over here, guys. So these are from Dollar Tree. They're just the little tinsel trees. I make these usually a different way, and I decided I was going to do something a little different. So if you have been to any of my craft shows or you have seen previous posts, I make little rag trees from the little scraps of fabric. Well, I don't have a bunch of scraps of fabric that are like orange and yellow and white. So what I decided was we're going to go ahead and work with some yarn tonight. So it is a little bit of a process because you have to like move everything. So, but that's what we're going to be doing. And this is what we're going to be using. So we are going to be using this. Now, there are plenty of things you can make this out of if you don't have one of these from Dollar Tree. You could use either if you have a foam triangle or cone, I should say. You could use, you could even do a bigger one and do a tomato cage. You could even make your own out of cardboard or paper or cardstock and just make a cone shape. Or you can use the foam ones that you can sometimes get at the craft shows or Dollar Tree. Save these because these are going to come in various colors during Christmas time, but save these. I forgot to put this. I forgot to put this on Do Not Disturb. Okay, sorry. Save these because we'll use these for something else at another date. So this is what we are using it today though. And I will say I recommend if you have chunky yarn, do the chunky yarn because this yarn that I'm using, this just is what I had, is very thin. So you want to try to use the chunky yarn. I'm going to go ahead. I did put a trim on mine so you can't really see the bottom, and that's probably what we'll do. I know you like my shirt. I have the Great Pumpkin shirt on. I know it's so cute. I couldn't pass it up. It was at Target. So if you guys have a Target, that's where I got this. I couldn't pass it up. So I think what we're going to do is we are going to work with the these are very close together. So I think I'm going to continue to use this orange. I think I'll use this orange for another day. But I'm going to use, this is a little bit thicker, chunkier yarn. Hi, Peggy. And then we will work with the orange, and then we have the white. But if you do have chunky yarn, it will be a little bit better or easier to wrap, faster to wrap, because it'll cover more. So we'll go ahead and get started. Now, I basically put this whole tree together without gluing until the very end. So that's what we will try. And I want to make this one a little bit different. So we'll see what happens. So I just went ahead and tied my end to the bottom right here. Now you can go ahead and try to wrap it around the bottom base. If you're working with like a scrap fabric, that's something I definitely recommend. But if you don't have any scrap fabric, or you're not doing fabric pieces, it's okay. We can actually just, thank you, Marlene, I appreciate you sprinkling. We could just wrap it around a couple times, or we could trim it off later. So I found that the best way to do this, and I'm actually not trying to get burned, so let me move my glue gun, because we're not going to use that until later. Woo! I had to take a breath for a second, you guys. I'm not used to talking. I've missed you all. So we are going to chit chat. So basically what I'm going to do is just kind of wrap it around, and you do want to pull it a little bit tight, not too tight. And you're not going to overlap perfectly unless you have a cone, or unless you have a, hi Ginger, or unless you have like a flat. You see how my tree has like the little spokes on it? That makes it more difficult with thinner ribbon or thinner yarn. You can also use ribbon too, if you have a lot of it. But yarn is definitely going to be okay. So I will wrap it over a couple times, and I'm probably going to put a little base on this anyway when I'm all done. But I found that as long as you tug a little bit, no, you don't have to tug it very tight, but if you keep it in, this yarn wants to unravel. Sorry, guys. If you keep it in like the same pattern, and it doesn't have to be perfect, and do a couple layers, it does look good after you wrap it a couple times. So, hey everybody, saying hello to everybody. I love our community. So my gifts did go out, and I got to hand deliver my Stephanie her napkins today. So I thank you all for participating in that and joining my lives, and sprinkling to your friends. It helps me grow, and it gives me just more audiences to help with, to inspire. And I've got some good things coming, you guys. Good things. I do have an announcement. I cannot make it now. I know I've said that a couple times on my last lives, but I have to be careful of what I say, because I don't want to get in trouble. Oh, hi, Terry. All right, so basically that's what we're going to do. So while I'm doing this, I'll show you how to tie it off. I am using this as my guide for my yellow, orange, and white. You do not have to do that. And even if you got into some of the, I actually might do one, but if you got into like the pastel Halloween craze like me, you might want to actually mix up your colors to the pastel colors. It's whatever you want. And you can even make Christmas trees like this if you don't do Halloween, if you don't do candy corn and all that. So throw me some hearts if you love candy corn. I love candy corn. We've probably bought about 3 bags of it already, because we eat a lot of it when it comes out. So we definitely stuck up. So do y'all love candy corn? Okay, Artina, no problem. I know this is one of those ones where it's like, well, it might be a little while, but I think I got the hang of it making the first one. So basically we're just kind of keeping that in line, and it might take some practice, and that's why we're not gluing anything. I just kind of tied it at the very end. But you can do these however you like, and they don't have to be like perfectly, mine are not perfect, and I kind of like it that way because they're all different that way. So I will tell you guys about my trip while we are kind of making our way up to the first line here with our yellow. We went to St. Augustine. If you haven't seen my post, you'll have to go back on my page and look at some of my posts and some of my reels. We go to some really cute shops when we're up there. Perfectly Imperfect. Yes, that's right. And there is a new shop called Stay Sunny. And the owner actually messaged me and she was like, oh, thank you for your sweet little shout out to the store. She started this store. She's an artist and she sells a lot of her original art. She also sells, she makes like these big wood pieces that you would like put on your porch or up against your wall or, you know, just with the vibes. She does, her whole store has got like this 60s vibe to it. The cash register, I missed that part until I went back and realized I didn't put it in my reel. But the cash register is an old repurposed boat. And that's where like her setup is with her little cash register and her checkout area where she bags her belongings and stuff. And they have, you know, little square machine and all that. It was adorable. They had 60s music playing in there, and I got this shirt. Actually, I have the shirt right here. I was doing laundry. This always happens. I'm like clumsy Christy. I'll get that in a second. But this is her shirt, and this is her artwork on the shirt. So this is what, I know it's backwards, but it says sunny St. Augustine, Florida. And it's got her, this is her artwork, and then the little gator there. And I don't know if you can tell, but this is like a teal type color. It's like a mint green, I guess you would say. But I got that, and I got a little like 60s headband that matches, and it's what I wrote. I actually wore it on my kayak trip. I had to represent. But it was so much, it was such a cute store. And then of course we always go to the little shops on St. George Street, and it's a lot of the same stuff there. Her shop is actually new there. There, I'll pick that up so we can put it on there. But yeah, it was a really fun time. And then we got up and saw the sunrise. I had a really bad stomach ache, so we had to stop at the drugstore before we got on our kayak. But I'm so glad my boyfriend talked me into going early on the kayak, because it was gonna be high tide a little bit later and it would have been more difficult to kayak. But it was such a beautiful morning. I mean, it was wonderful. So you guys, the coolest thing. So when we were kayaking, we saw a little pod of dolphins, and there was a baby dolphin with it, and it made my morning. That made my morning. And we kayaked down the Anastasia Park area, and we did. Yes, we did. Oh, I'm back. Did you miss me? Oh, yes, we did, Artina. Yes, we did miss you. I was just telling them my story on what we did for my birthday weekend over in St. Augustine. So we saw a pod of dolphins, including a baby dolphin. That's all you missed so far. So we went down Anastasia Park, and then we kayaked right up to the lighthouse, where the lighthouse is in St. Augustine. And if you've never been to the lighthouse in St. Augustine, we went a few years. It is, I think, 141 steps up, something crazy like that. So you definitely want to bring water and take breaks, especially if you go in the summer, because it's really hot. If you can climb stairs, of course. But I've done it twice now. And hey, Sharon, you're at work. Well, welcome to Walgreens. Sharon was here for the hurricane, and we watched Hocus Pocus, and they showed Walgreens and mentioned Walgreens a couple times, and she got a kick out of it because that's where she works. So anyway, but we went right up to the lighthouse, and it was so pretty to be out on the water. And I was taking a bunch of pictures. I did not post pictures. I didn't post very many pictures yet, but I will. And it was just a lot of fun. Now, the other cool part of that was we actually saw, I'm gonna tie up the yellow one up here, and I'm gonna start on the orange one. We actually saw for the first time, hey Joanne! Hey Joanne! I mailed your thing out, so it should be there soon. I know there is no mail, so it's honestly, guys, it was late in the day. It might be sitting at the post office, And of course, there's no mail tomorrow, so I forgot about that. Otherwise, I would have mailed it on Friday, but it's definitely worth the wait. You guys will get your stuff soon. So the coolest part about that kayak trip was we saw, not only did we, I mean, there's a couple other kayakers there that was nice to see in the boats, and it was a beautiful morning, but we saw sea turtles in the wild. They poked their little heads out, and they were looking at us. I think we saw like 3 or 4 of them. And my boyfriend, he's been fishing like all his life and stuff, and he's never seen a sea turtle in the wild, and neither have I. I used to work at the aquarium, so I saw them there all the time, but we've never seen them up close in the wild. So that was really fun, and that basically made my trip. You know, we hung out, we went to Buc-ee's. You guys went on that little trip. The service was really bad in there, so I'm sorry about that. But that was fun, and then we had to get home a little early because we had some business to take care of. But it was a nice little trip, and it's always good to get a change of scenery. I think it gives our minds a break as to all the hoggle-boggle that goes around and everything else. So, yes, Joanne, everybody's welcoming you. These are my wonderful followers that I love. You guys know I love you guys, and they are wonderful, supportive followers. I have been doing this since about March, April. I'm going to say April because I only did like 1 video in February, I think. So I am fairly new to this, but I do have some wonderful followers and wonderful friends on here. Yes, it was a lot of fun. I know, I love you too, Ginger. Ginger and I go back. We've gone on our own adventures together. We've done some monkey loving adventures, and I do mean the band Monkeys, not real monkeys. You guys, if you don't know me, yeah, you'll get to know that. Probably think I'm crazy, but it's a lot of fun. I think, you know, you only have one life, and you can still enjoy yourself and be able to do some things and venture out, and it's good for your mental health too. And I think that's why I started this page too, is to kind of give you guys ideas, and just to have a place where you can come for ideas and share your ideas, and just, you know, take a break from the real world and relax, and, you know, work on your own creative projects. And that's just kind of my whole purpose here. I do have the believe sign behind me. It's still backwards because I can't figure out how to put it forward because my phone doesn't like to do it, I guess. I think I'm going to try to do another update. I'm not sure if that's it or not. But my whole thing is I believe in you guys and what you can create. So, you know. So, I know I am back in my craft box, and I didn't take anything out of my craft box. Everything was already on the table. Okay, so if you just joined me and you didn't catch me in the beginning, this is what we are making tonight. We are making a candy corn tree. Yes, Joanne is from PA. And Joanne, I don't know if you know this, but I lived in Pittsburgh for a few years with my ex-husband and the in-laws for a little while when my kids were little, and I definitely am a Steelers fan. But that's pretty much all I liked. I didn't have a good experience, but I'm not gonna blame anybody from Pittsburgh. My dad lives in Pennsylvania, but he lives on the other side. He lives near he's in Bethlehem, PA. Bethlehem, PA. No, that's not right. He picks me up at the Harrisburg Airport, which is not very far. So, he used to work at Sight and Sound, if you're familiar with PA, if you've ever been there. He used to build the stages for the shows and stuff. I don't know if that helps you or not. Lancaster, yes, my mom knows better than me. My mom is not with him, but she knows better than me. I don't know. I've traveled a lot of places, so sometimes I get them confused. Way up north, close to New York. Oh, okay, yes. I was born in Niagara Falls, New York. So there's some little trivia for you, if I ever ask. I moved down to Florida when I was a baby, though, and then of course in 2006 is when I moved away to like 2008, 2009, and then I moved back because I didn't like the snow. I was too used to the warmth of Florida. Now, if your hands get tired, you can, do this another way. Like I'm going to start to try. I have this little floating piece of yarn that I'm going to try to tuck in here because it keeps getting in my way. Sharon, I didn't know Al was from Philly. Why didn't I know that? You may have told me and I just have horrible memory. Now, like I said, you guys could use a foam cone or a paper cone. I know they have paper cones, I think, at like Hobby Lobby and stuff. So, you just want to layer it a couple times. And like I said, if you have chunky ribbon or chunky yarn, this is a good one to use with chunky yarn. Try hanging the believe side backwards. It doesn't have like the color and stuff to it though if I hang it backwards, but I might try to decorate the other side. Yes, whoever asked that question, this is a tinsel Christmas tree from Dollar Tree, which I forgot at the beginning of live and I had to go grab one out of my storage in my garage because I made this one already and I forgot to grab two. Yeah, I could try to paint the sign. I might work on that. I've got a craft show coming up. Sharon and I are going to be in Hayhira, Georgia, so I'm trying to whip up a lot of stuff on that. And then I have an order I need to finish from the craft show I had at the beginning of the month. When I got sick, I didn't want to work on things because if I had now that I know of, I didn't have COVID. But I didn't want to get my hands and germs and stuff on the other people's projects. So that's why I didn't work on anything until I felt a lot better. So, all right, let's speed this up a little bit. We are getting toward the top of the orange. So, like I said, you can use whatever colors you want. You do not have to make a candy corn tree. That's just what we're doing tonight because this is fall and near Halloween. Yes, I am. Well, I am originally from Buffalo, Niagara Falls. I was born in Niagara Falls. I moved to Florida when I was 2. So I am in Tampa Bay, Florida right now. And I've lived here till I was like 23 and I moved away for like 3 years and I moved back because I couldn't take it anymore. I was homesick. I didn't have a good experience with living up there with my ex's family. That's pretty much what it boiled down to. So I moved back and just kind of started my own life here again. So, all right. So there's lots of ways, and like you'll get tired of one way and you'll start doing it another. That's what happened with me. But basically you can just twist it around. Hi, honey, I'm live. My boyfriend just got home from work. I told him when the meatloaf was going to be ready, so hopefully he takes it out of the oven if we're still on. I think we'll be okay though. I don't think this will take very long. So how is everybody's Labor Day weekend? I know some of us have a longer holiday. I know I do. I have off tomorrow. So I might be on again tomorrow, maybe a little bit earlier. Let's see. There is a lot. Let me see. There's a lot to talk about. I know I have not been on in a while and I have missed you guys. Oh, thank you, Artina. I've seen a lot of people create different candy corn with different things. And they've done such a good job. And I was like, I don't want to do the same thing because, we can definitely get creative. Oh, you're watching from the camper? Very nice. Where are you visiting somewhere right now, Joanne? Or do you just live in the camper? Some people live in their camper. That's the easy living right there. You don't have a big house to clean. I'm so glad you like it. And you guys, you know, if you are typing, I just want to let you know, because I just recently learned this. I do a lot of rewatching of my lives because I don't feel I see all the comments, and I know some of the other crafters are having the same problem. That's why they have their laptops and things out. I didn't bring my laptop out because I have a smaller area. And I don't have a fancy tablet or anything like that. It's just not something that I've ever gotten. But I do re-watch the lives, and if it's something that I missed, it may have not come up on my phone, but I will reply if it's something that I didn't reply on. Oh, it's a seasonal site. I gotcha. And it's not that I'm doing it on purpose or that I'm ignoring you, because I know a lot of the other crafters, like I'll see other people commenting and they're like, can you see me? And I can see I have people watching, and I can see some comments come up, but when I rewatch it to critique myself, you guys. I feel like I'm hard on myself, like most people probably, but I feel like I miss some of the comments. They don't show up on my phone. Oh, thank you, Joanne. So it's not that I'm totally ignoring you. It's just that I didn't see you. All right, so we are just working this along. We are going to be done with the orange in just a few minutes, and then we're going to work on the white. The top part is a little tricky, which is why I kind of added the raffia. Yeah, I try to relax. I don't try to rush it. I try to keep my lives about an hour or under. Oh my goodness. You know what's so funny? Ginger, you said that. Okay, so Ginger's like, will you be decorating it with spiders? I have no spiders. So all of my Halloween stuff and crafts, I only have one box out right now, and there's none of that's in there, unfortunately. It's all packed away still, and I haven't got it out. I have not gotten it out for a reason. I wish I could tell you guys that reason right now, but that's one of those things I have to keep secret right now. We have a 2-week show getting ready for it. A 2-week show? You need a big plastic. You need to get a bag of the plastic spiders. Yes, I do. I tried to stay. I didn't have a ton of extra money because we spent money on the trip a little bit, just more than what we used to. And I had to refrain today from going into Dollar Tree because I know I would have been in trouble. I have a lot of stuff that I never made from last year because my grandma got sick and I didn't get to really make anything last year around October because I was taking care of her in hospice. But I had to stop myself from going to Dollar Tree. I did, however, go to Bottom of the Bin today and I delivered my prize over to Stephanie because she's the owner and she was working today. And she was so surprised. It's her birthday weekend, or it's her birthday weekend. It's her birthday month. I don't know what the actual date is. So she felt I was giving her a birthday present. And I was like, oh no, this is just a present because I love you and your store. And I was telling her about you guys. And I if you haven't seen it, I posted the news segment that my mom was in at her store. Because she's up and coming. The store only started in January and she's already done so well for the last few months, I think from being on the news. So as you guys can see, I'm very slow today. I'm just trying to make it look perfect, I guess. I don't know. I'm about to finish the orange though, and then we'll work on the white. So not that bad. And again, you just kind of want to stretch it and make a few layers of that yarn. But chunky yarn will work a lot faster. All right, so I'm just going to loop this around and just tie it. You can cut the strings later. And basically that's all I did, you guys. I didn't glue. I didn't glue until the pieces. And I'll show you what we're doing with that in a minute. So there we go. Make that. And this long piece, I'll just make it long enough to tuck inside. Oh, a 2-week festival. Very cool. Josh and I went to Goodwill. Ginger, you went to Goodwill? Did you get anything good? I actually went to Goodwill too. What did I get? Oh, I cannot show you because it's upstairs, but I got the best thing from Goodwill and I have to show you. I'll post it. I'll make it a post because it deserves a post. Part of my birthday trip, we always go, when we go to St. Augustine, we always go to the Colombian restaurant. And I will tell you, it's a very upscale restaurant. However, my favorite is their Cuban sandwiches. And they are so big that Rob and I literally share a whole Cuban because they're that big. And we order like, you know, a pitcher of like mojito or sangria or something. But it's, if you've ever been in a Colombian restaurant, obviously Colombia is Spanish, they have the cutest like pottery and like the pictures and stuff. It's all like our, you know, artists that work on pottery and stuff from Spain, and I think it comes from Spain or something. But oh my gosh, you guys, something caught my eye at Goodwill. What did I go there for? I went there for a basket. That's right. I was looking for a basket for the giveaway. And I was like, I was looking just for something I could find maybe new and just clean up. But I ended up getting, and Marlene, I ended up just getting, it's a brand new basket. It's from, I got it at Marshall's. So you didn't get a Goodwill basket, but I was second guessing myself, but I was just browsing real quick. And I found a candelabra that is the style of like the Colombian restaurant. And how funny is it that I found it when I found it, like right after my birthday trip when I was just there at the Columbia. So I'm going to clean it up. And I did look it up. I'm trying to think of the name of it. It is a Spanish, it's from Spain, and there's like a small group of artists that do these. Mine was like Juan Suarez, and it was the Toledo something, I don't know. I'll put it up online, but it's the coolest thing, and I had to get it. It was only $6. And you guys, I looked it up online, obviously, because that's what you do when you find something cool at the thrift store. I looked it up online, and the same one is going for $99 on eBay. And I was like, wow. And that's not why I bought it, obviously, because I didn't look it up till after I was home. But I was so excited. Josh got stuffed clothes, a pretty crystal candy dish. Ooh, vintage jewelry box. I love that. Yes, I needed intervention, Artina. No, I just had some willpower this week, I guess. I don't know. I had my to-do list at home. But actually, my boyfriend called me and was like, let's meet for lunch. And he was by our favorite pizza place. And I was like, I'm at bottom of the bin. So I was like, all right, give me a few minutes. Let me finish getting my purchases. So that will be another video. I might just post a video and not a live of that. But I was very excited about my purchase. Looked up the purse and it's $328 on eBay. Ooh, don't you love that when you find something that's just worth it? Oh, did you find the jewelry box online, Ginger? I love vintage stuff. As long as it's not too out of shape, I love it. So with this white, I am making it a little bit more, it almost looks kind of boxed at the top. So I'm trying to give it a little bit more of a layer to make it a little bit more round. Yes, and you know what? I don't look it up until I buy it because I feel like that's kind of cheating. I don't know. And have you guys seen people in there doing that? I have a very good feature on my phone, and it's like you take a picture and it's a mode on my phone. It'll automatically look it up on Google, which is how I found the candelabra so quick. Best thing I ever found at the thrift store is the set of Cutco knives, brand new for $12. That was probably like a 95% off deal, Mom, because Cutco knives, my son used to sell Cutco knives, and they are very expensive. And we have a set we invested in. we did the payment plan for it. But we haven't had a problem with any of it, so it's worth it. But like I said, we did have to do the plan. Because I'm trying to shape it, I'm just kind of doing this now. This is turning out so cute. You guys like this so far? I know I've been messing with it in my hand for so long. You have a hard time going past Joann's and Fabrics and Hobby Lobby. Yes, I know. I know. What's the app? Oh, it's not an app, Joanne. So I have a Google Pixel phone. There could be an app for it. You could definitely look it up. I just have the Google Pixel phone, and it has a mode on it, and it just automatically finds stuff on like websites. It looks for the picture. It looks it up by image, I guess. So, but it was super fun to find, and I don't know. I saw people in there like looking things up, but I feel like that's cheating. I don't know. That's just me. There's a lot of people that make a living off of that, so touche. They can do that. Yeah, just Google. There is a way to, I think, upload a picture to Google and have it search something too, but I just happen to have the phone. All right, so there's lots of, I've showed you guys plenty of ways to go back and forth and wrap this thing. Now you can sit here and do this while you're watching TV. So, hey Dawn, welcome. So glad to see you. I got your package out. I gave you a little Happy Meal there. Thanks for joining us. For the people that just joined, this is what we're making. A candy corn tree. Yes, you do? Well, girl, I'm giving you an idea for it. I'm just using yarn. If you have chunky yarn, I would definitely use that. I messed up. Hold on. Obviously, if we're watching TV, you want to pay attention. Make sure you're pulling it a little tight there so you're not having a hard time. Hold on. Back up, back up, back up. Okay, there we go. There. I just had to fix it. All right. Oh, you love The Witch? Okay, so The Witch was at Dollar Tree. It was just, where is it? I thought I had it out. Oh. It was just on a package. I have one for this tree. This one's a bat. The other one is a witch. I did have it on top of my Halloween tree back there, but... Aw. Look at you guys welcome each other. I love our community here. I love you guys. Oh my goodness. Got my yarn all tangled. I don't have a hack for that yet. I'm still trying to learn. I need my friend Gail to tell me what the hack is for that. She's a crocheter. If you guys ever want something crocheted, I got to hook up for you. Yes, the bat is really cute. I was thinking about putting a face on it, but I probably won't have time today. So let me see where we're at. Oh, okay. So we haven't been on quite an hour yet. And I am almost done with this, and then we get to embellish it. So definitely with the tip, you want to put it on a lot. Oh, with that in the back of my hair? Oh, I curled my hair. So I had to do this was my refresher day, but I did have to do my hair. Yes, I've seen faces on candy corn too. I just wanted to do I wanted to do the tree though. Did you guys see oh, you guys didn't see. This is my new cat. This is my new cat. I have to name her. This is my new black cat. I have to figure out a name for her though. I got her at Marshall's and I couldn't resist her because she was only $10. And I have a witch that's about the same size and they're gonna go together. Matilda the cat. Oh, that's so cute, Dawn. You always come up with the best names. Yes, I like that. I don't even have a name for my other one that's in storage right now. But I'll figure it out. All right, almost done. Kit Kat, that's your email, Mom. Can't steal that. Oh, this is why, because this is the back end of the yarn. That's why. Well, that makes sense now. All right, let's get this bad boy wrapped up so we can embellish this. Is everybody having a good Sunday so far? How many? I'm off, you guys, tomorrow, so you might see me a little bit earlier than normal. Zelda after Auntie Griselda. Oh, I like that too. Man, y'all are killing me with these names. They're so good. I see with my job, I see a lot of unique names for kids that people give their kids. Some of them I'm like, oh, okay. But others I'm like, ooh, that's a pretty name. Because I work at the kids hospital, if you don't know. All is good here? Good. You will at 9. Yes, when you're off, Sharon, right? She'll have a good day when she's off at 9. Any crazies today, Sharon? Any crazy stories you want to share? Sharon's always got a crazy story with one of her customers. Oh, the fun of retail. Oh, the children's hospital, Joanne? That's okay. I love my job. I'm remote mostly. I have worked in the ER and did some overtime opportunities at some point. So I got to actually see the kids and their parents, and that was pretty interesting. You got good and bad there too. All right, so you guys, when you get to the very top, you definitely want to not get your yarn like this. You definitely want to wrap it around a few times and secure it. So I probably will put a little dab of glue at the very top, because I want to kind of cover the top. And depending on how the mold is made, sometimes you have a little, if you see that, sometimes you have a little piece you can put it in and then wrap it around. And then just kind of stick it in there. So you can get most of that covered. So I'm probably just gonna put my, where is it? My finger saver on. I couldn't do it. I would want to bring the babies home. Oh, I know. And some of them are so adorable. Oh my goodness. And they're so sad when they don't feel good too. You just want to wrap them up and cuddle them and bring them home. All right, just be very careful with this part. Wear your finger savers. And then just kind of wrap it around. This is a little bit more difficult than I thought, but you guys can do it. Yeah, I know, Dawn. I would want to bring. When I worked at a daycare, and I was a teacher for 2-year-olds, and I would go in the baby room and want to bring home the babies. And I had kids, but they were older. They weren't babies anymore, but I still loved them. Okay. So there is our candy corn tree so far. Okay. Now you can leave it like this, and it'd be perfectly fine. Okay. A lot of people have done that. Oh, I'm so glad you guys like the hearts. Oh, hey, Janelle. You know what? I meant to tell you guys this. Oh, you were inquiring about rocking the babies in the NICU? Oh my gosh. Dawn, they turned you away because they knew you'd take the babies. Okay, I meant to tell you guys this, but when I made my post earlier, I put down 5:30 because I knew I wasn't going to be able to get on at 5. Because I was going to start dinner, and I had dinner when my dinner's cooking while I made this, right? And then Facebook auto-corrected it and made it 5 o'clock instead of 5:30. So that's why, I don't know, you got, and then everybody's in a different time zone. So I apologize. I'm going to try to get better at scheduling my lives a little bit better. So you guys, just so you know, I'm working on it. I'm definitely going to work on it. Okay. So I've got lots of different things to embellish. Okay. Yeah. You stick them in your pockets. I get it. So Janelle, honestly, you're not late. You were just in time. We just basically, what I did so far is I took a Dollar Tree. It was literally like these little glitter tinsel trees, and I wrapped it with yarn. And you can do this with any holiday, but I did it looking like a candy corn. I do recommend chunky yarn, but this is the yarn that I had. So this was a little bit chunkier, but I just had like these pieces of yarn. Okay. Now this part is optional. You could embellish it. So Janelle, this is what we made. Or this is what I made prior to this one. Hey Raven, nice to see you. Hello sister. Howdy Artina. Yes, everybody's saying hi. So this is what I did. I just added a little bit because what is fall and Halloween without leopard, you guys? Am I right or am I right? So that's why I added my little leopard ribbon. I put some raffia on top. I probably could have used a little bit more, but I was afraid because raffia can kind of woo. And then I have this. So I have this ribbon that I got. It's actually yarn. It's called Fun Fur. Okay, let me let you guys see that. It's called Fun Fur. It's very, very thin. I will say it makes a little bit of a mess. So just be careful with that. I kind of put that along with the leopard, and then I put a trim, because when you do have these, you can use a styrofoam, or you could do a cone, that's like a paper cone. But these do have kind of like a base, and it's very hard to hide unless you glue it on. And I just didn't want it to get all yucky at the bottom, so I just wrapped like an embellishment at the bottom. So that's where that black came from. I do like the way that works. Now, these are the things I pulled out. I have my leopard ribbon. I got this from bottom of the bin today, which is why I was totally excited about this craft. You have this came from Dollar Tree. These are like the pearls, so you can do that at the bottom. I just have this regular black ribbon, which I think I'm going to put on this one. And of course I didn't cut it big enough, but we have that. And then we have the Fun Fur, which I kind of like this because it adds texture. It adds texture to, and it just gives it a little something, you know, on the bottom. And then I like it with that. So let me try a little something with this. So let me see how this comes out. I'm going to actually, it does get a little messy though, I will say. It's very easily, the fur comes off a little easily. So it's probably not something that you're going to need a lot of because it is on there, but I'll probably do like 3 strips. So, and I'm actually just going to tie it on the bottom because I don't need to glue it. I mean, we can just tie it and it'll be fine. Now you could also go in and do scrap ribbons and tie that at the bottom of the base and have yourself a more like different base. And you could also do, here, I'll show you the rest of the stuff I have. So you could do black lace. I showed you guys that ribbon, or you can do white lace, which I think I might add a little bit to the top. I'm not sure yet. We'll have to see. You guys can heart me if you like what I'm doing or not. You can say something. All right, I think I'm going to go over it about 3 times just to give it a little something, something. Now, if you have, they probably have this Fun Fur in other colors. I just got the black because it looks cool. Oh, I've got 10 people on. Hey, guys. Yes, I love the black lace too. I have another project that I'm working on that I'm actually going to be selling these. So I have to save some of that black lace for that project. But I do love, I don't know, I do love this black lace though. I probably did more than 3 times, but that's all right. I feel like I needed it. All right, so we're gonna come in here and just tie it off again. And once it's on the cone, you can play with it and like tug it around. Yes, I love that black lace too. Marlene M. Oh, there's another Marlene on here? How funny. You guys are so funny. Marlene. So now I'm going to have to keep track of everybody's last names too. Okay. It's a little hard to tie. All right. So honestly, you could even leave it like that too. But since we're doing a tree, we want to decorate it a little bit. So there's that. Oh, you went to school with her? Okay. Let me see. Did she say hi on here yet? I know you guys see. The comments are going crazy, you guys, so I can't see everybody's comments. Okay. Well, welcome, Mara. Something. Okay, I'm not gonna mess with my phone, but welcome. All right, my phone is probably gonna die soon, so let me hurry up and do this. So I was thinking about either putting some lace on here, like that. That would be cute. Or some pearls at the top. Or both. I might do both. Just to kind of give it, you like texture. Whenever you guys have like an item that's unique and something like this, I think it's really important to add texture to it so it really stands out. Because, I don't know. And sometimes using odd numbers or using it sparingly helps, because then you don't have to worry about it being over too much. Yes, this lace I think is from Dollar Tree. If not, it's probably from my local craft store. So this lace you could probably find anywhere. I think it's more on the spool. I have these I got from Amazon. If you guys are interested, I might repost the video of when I organized all my ribbons on these. This was the best investment I ever made. So you don't have them on the rolls like this. I think it definitely takes up less space. And the only reason why this is on the roll is because it's one of the newer ones I just got today. All right, so let me get my trusty, I might have to wait on that one. So I'm gonna add a little thing of lace as well as pearls. So let me cut this. And then, I don't know if I'm going to do leopard on this one. I might just leave it like that, to be honest, because it's kind of nice already the way it is. Maybe I'll put some lace down here too, since that's a lot of yellow. I could put a little lace down here. Do you guys like this? So sorry, I missed it. What did you do with your ribbon? Oh, I didn't do anything with my ribbon yet. I just cut it. So basically I just cut a small piece. I'll show you. So I go wherever I'm gonna put it. I figured that out first so I don't cut it and waste it. But I decided I'm gonna put this little piece of lace on the top piece. So I just brought it around and I just kind of made kind of like you're putting on like a necklace on the cone. And I'll just glue it in place. I realized my glue gun wasn't in the charger, so I have to wait a minute. And then I did the same thing with the pearls. These are the ones, the pearl wrap from the flower section at Dollar Tree. That's what these are. And I think they come in different colors. Oh, this. Gotcha. I'm sorry. Well, at least you guys know how to do that. Okay, these, I unrolled the roll of whatever ribbon you have, and then these are wood. I bought a pack of these. I think you get 20 in a pack for, I think, $16 or maybe $14. I did Amazon Prime Day, so I think it was a little less money, but they're actually wood, but they do have cardboard ones. I'll put the link in the description, but I will post my video, but I have like a drawer with all of my ribbons in it, and it holds so much because they're flat and they're easier to store like this rather than the big old spools. These just happen to be like extra spools that I recently got that I haven't been able to put on this yet. but it's nice, and yes, it is definitely a space saver. It's nice and organized, and I actually do mine by color / whatever the main color is of a pattern is where I put it. Oh, girl, that wasn't me. It was somebody on, I think it was Heidi from DIY Dreaming. If you don't follow her, you should. She's got great ideas. And she does Crafting with Christ and things like that. She is a Magnolia representative as well. So if you're interested in that, they have all the different stencils and stuff. I have not ventured out into that area yet with my crafting, but I probably will. So I'm just going to go ahead and attach my ribbon. And you're obviously going to have to choose a front and a back with your, with your piece. I actually like this as the front. So now that I glued it on, I think it's actually going to look okay. And then these are finger savers. If you guys are new and you haven't seen me, these are from Dollar Tree. And they're it's definitely a big saver, especially when you're using a high temp glue gun. All right, so then I think I'm gonna just put my pearls. I kind of want it the same way as the lace, but now I'm thinking maybe I'll put it on the opposite. No, I think I'll put it like this. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna glue it here. Put my finger saver on. And I just put just a little bit, especially when you're using something like the pearls, because they have the little holes in them. Just make sure you're careful. Safety first. It's not worth it. It's not worth a 3rd degree burn. Yes! Oh my gosh, Sharon, you and I have to get some. Sharon and I got donated a big huge thing of ribbon that we have shared now, and we have like all this ribbon that we need to put on a roll of something so we can keep it in a better space. I needed to trim the pearls off, you guys. But look at the texture with this. I'm going to pull my lace a little bit. And you can definitely play with it once you have it on and connected. Okay. My phone is dying. But do you guys like the lace? And then this at the bottom. So the only other thing I was thinking was maybe a little bit of lace at the bottom, but we did put the black at the bottom. We could put another lace around the middle to dress it up. Do you guys like that, to dress it up a little bit more? Yes? Throw me some hearts if you like that. If you don't, it's okay. The only other thing that we have is I have a piece of, oh, thank you, Peggy. I have a piece of muslin. I don't want to say that wrong, but I have my little pad, my little ink pad. And you can use whatever Halloween fall stamps you have. And then I just stamp it on. It's already obviously ruined, and it's okay. I don't need to have clean stamps all the time. Sometimes you can get a permanent ink one too. That works just as good. But I'm going to go ahead and put a little ink on here and just find a little spot and just stamp the word on. Just for an added little embellishment. And you could even put like ribbon behind it or whatever you'd like. All right, I'm gonna cut this little word out. So did you guys like the lace around the orange part? Maybe like in the middle? I don't know if I saw people answer. I want to get your opinions. So you tell me. All right, I'm just gonna unravel this a little bit. I'm just pinching it. Yes, you like that? Yes, I know. I need the plastic spiders. I would put a spider at the top, actually. But that's where we'll put our bat. So, yes, you like that idea? Okay, so we're going to take our little ribbon. And I think we're going to dress it up. I think I kind of want it to go in the middle. but I kind of like it at the bottom to where it's kind of like ombres into the orange. So that's what I'll do. So we'll take our piece and let me make sure this is the front now, right? No, this is the front. This is the front. Okay. So, sorry guys, I have to figure out where my front and back is. I think the ribbon, there's no right or wrong side of the ribbon, so. You kind of have to work with the thickness of your yarn. So I would glue one side at a time. Hey Cheryl, you're catching me live, girl. Look, we're making a candy corn tree. Thank you for sprinkling me. Oh my goodness, I haven't heard from you in so long. I've missed your lives. I haven't been on though. This is my first time back in a while because I was very sick. And then I went on a little mini staycation. I went to St. Augustine for my birthday, and then I've been busy for the last week. I did come up, well, when we had the hurricane too, so that was another reason why. I mean, I had to get my house prepared and everything else. Yay! I know, I'm so happy I got to go live tonight. Oh, you guys don't even know how much I missed this. You can ask anyone in my house. I'm like, I gotta go live, I gotta go live. All right. So I'm thinking I'm going to put the word boo down here because we've got a lot going on up here. So let me do that, and then we'll put our little bat on, and then we'll be done. And you guys know me, I'm going to take a picture. I'm glad you're alive, beautiful, and that you're doing better. Yes. Well, I was doing better a little bit before my birthday, but then the hurricane came, and we just had some minor water damage coming through our leaky roof that our home association won't fix. We can't talk about that. I'm sure you'll hear about that another day. Okay. So we're gonna put our sign here at the bottom. And yes, that spider would go really nice at the top. I just don't have it out right now. Oh, you guys, this is so pretty. It's so cool. All right, I did stretch out the wire a little bit so it kind of stays at the top. But there it is. Isn't it cool? Oh my gosh, I love this, you guys. Look at how pretty they are. You could do so much to these. And these are at the Dollar Tree. And honestly, if you cannot find them, you can just as well make yourself, take some wire and take like a big mark. I'm always doing this. Take a big marker or a paintbrush and wrap up a little bit of that wire and pull it through. Oh, Marlene, you're so funny. Beautiful. I know, right? And then just glue it onto like the wood pieces. If you find like the little wood pieces from, I don't have any with me, but the little wood pieces that have like the ghost or like the witch hat or something like that. Oh my gosh, how cute would that be? Like the little witch hat I made on my last live where I made the little doll figure, like shelf sitter. Aw, I'm so glad you love it, guys. Well, that's all for me tonight. I think my dinner is ready, so I'm gonna go and finish that. And I will be seeing you soon. I will hopefully be on tomorrow because I am off work, so I will go get our projects ready for tomorrow too. All right, bye guys, love ya.